Have you ever felt manipulated, exploited, or mistreated by a narcissist? Someone who believes they are superior, with special rights and always right, no matter how much they hurt others. A person who never apologizes, never changes, and never cares. If you have experienced this, you may have wondered how to get revenge, how to make them suffer the same way they made you suffer, how to torment them with your words, actions, or silence. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way that doesn't involve lowering yourself to their level, playing their games, or giving them what they want. A way that truly empowers you, frees you, and heals you. That way is Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. It helps you focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. It prepares you to handle emotions, situations, and difficult people without compromising your peace of mind. In this talk, I will show you 4 ways to use Stoicism to deal with narcissists. These methods are not cruel or vengeful, but effective and ethical. They will not only make the narcissist unhappy, but also increase your own happiness, strength, and wisdom. Before we explore the 4 ways to challenge a narcissist using Stoicism, let's first understand what narcissism is and how it affects relationships. Narcissism is a personality disorder characterized by a distorted sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy, and an excessive need for admiration and attention. Narcissists have an inflated ego, a sense of entitlement, and a tendency to exploit and use others for their own benefit. They are often charming, charismatic, and confident, but also arrogant, selfish, and dishonest. Narcissists cannot have healthy and satisfying relationships. They see others as sources of admiration and validation, or as threats and obstacles. They do not respect others' boundaries, feelings, or needs, and do not take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they blame, criticize, and project their own flaws onto others. They do not value or reciprocate the love, care, and support they receive, but demand more while offering less. Being in a relationship with a narcissist can be very harmful and traumatic. You might feel like you're always walking on eggshells, trying to please them, avoid their anger, or gain their approval. You might lose your sense of identity, confidence, and happiness. You might experience anxiety, depression, guilt, shame, anger, or resentment. You might feel isolated, trapped, or hopeless. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist or have been in the past, you're not alone. Many people have suffered from narcissistic abuse, and many have also recovered and healed. You are not crazy, weak, or worthless. You are not the problem. The problem is the narcissist and their disorder. Narcissists seek to control, manipulate, or hurt, often triggering negative emotions and reactions. Stoicism offers a shield against their influence, empowering us to assert ourselves with dignity, respect, and detachment from their drama. How can we use Stoicism to handle interactions with narcissists? The first step to challenging a narcissist with Stoicism is to develop emotional strength. Emotional strength means staying calm, logical, and strong in difficult times, provocations, and pressures. It is the opposite of emotional reactivity, which is the tendency to react impulsively, irrationally, and negatively to external triggers. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. They enjoy provoking, manipulating, and affecting us, feeding on our emotions. They use tactics such as manipulation, lies, guilt, accusations, criticism, or insults to undermine us, make us doubt ourselves, feel inferior, or defensive. They want us to lose our composure, self-confidence, and sanity. What if we deny them what they want? What if we do not react to their provocations but respond with emotional strength? What if we do not allow them to affect our mood, judgment, or behavior but maintain our peace, logic, and dignity? This would be agonizing for the narcissist, as they would realize they have no control over us, cannot manipulate us, and would become frustrated, irritated, and insecure. They would lose their illusion of superiority, entitlement, and control, revealing themselves as the weak, insecure, and pathetic individuals they truly are. How can we develop emotional strength? How can we avoid being emotionally reactive and instead become emotionally resilient? Here are some Stoic suggestions and strategies to help. Remember what you can control. Focus on your response instead of reacting impulsively. Take a moment to pause and consider your response. Choose to respond with reason and calm rather than being guided by emotion. Practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment and observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This allows you to maintain clarity and perspective, making it easier to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries with the narcissist to protect your emotional well-being. This may involve limiting contact, refusing to engage in manipulative tactics, and assertively but calmly stating your needs and limits. Cultivate self-awareness. Reflect on your own emotions, triggers, and behavior patterns. By understanding yourself better, you can manage your reactions more effectively and choose more constructive responses. Seek support. Surround yourself with friends, family, or a therapist who can offer perspective, validation, and encouragement. Having a strong support network can help you face challenging situations with greater resilience. Practice self-care. Prioritize activities that nurture your mind, body, and soul, such as exercise, relaxation techniques, and spending time with loved ones. Taking care of yourself strengthens your emotional resilience and helps you handle stress and difficulties better. By incorporating these Stoic principles and strategies into your life, you can develop emotional strength and resilience in the face of narcissistic behavior, empowering yourself to maintain your peace, dignity, and sanity. The second way to challenge a narcissist using Stoicism is by harnessing the power of perspective. Perspective is the ability to see situations from different angles, viewpoints, and ways of thinking. It is the opposite of a closed mind, which only sees things in its own way. Narcissists often exhibit a closed mind. They have a fixed and rigid view of themselves, others, and the world. They see themselves as superior, perfect, and always right, while viewing others as inferior, wrong, and always flawed. They see the world as hostile, competitive, and unfair, where they must always fight to survive, dominate, and shine. But what if we refuse to accept their point of view? What if we question and change that view? What if we encourage them to see things differently? What if we see them as they really are, instead of how they see themselves? What if we see ourselves as we really are, instead of how they see us? What if we perceive the world as it truly is, instead of through their distorted lens? By offering different perspectives, we shake their fixed beliefs. It's like opening a door to a new way of seeing things, one that is more honest and balanced. For a narcissist, this realization would be painful. They would see that their viewpoint is not the only best or true one. They would understand that their view is distorted, illusory, and dysfunctional. They would admit that their way of seeing things is not aligned with reality, and that reality does not conform to their view. They would realize that their perspective is the source of their unhappiness, and that changing it is the only way to resolve it. So how can we use the power of perspective? How can we adopt different viewpoints? Here are some Stoic techniques and tips to help. Use the role reversal technique. This mental exercise allows us to put ourselves in others' shoes, feeling their emotions. For example, when a narcissist hurts us, we can use this technique to understand their fear, insecurity, and pain. Use the Socratic method. This dialogue approach helps us question assumptions and beliefs by asking a series of probing questions to reveal the ignorance of someone who considers themselves superior. We can challenge their claims by asking for evidence and consequences. The third way to challenge a narcissist with Stoicism is to master the art of indifference. Indifference is the ability to remain steadfast, detached, and indifferent to things outside our control, and that do not contribute to our happiness and well-being. It is the opposite of attachment, which involves depending on, clinging to, and yearning for things outside our control that do not improve our happiness and well-being. Narcissists tend to suffer from attachment. They become addicted to external factors such as admiration, attention, validation, praise, power, status, or money, believing these things are essential for their happiness and well-being. Thus, they chase, demand, and expect these things incessantly, often harming others. but remain perpetually dissatisfied, ungrateful, and unhappy. But what if we refuse to meet their desires and instead show them what they really need? What if we stop feeding their addiction and start depriving them? What if we detach from them and the things they value, instead of clinging to them? This approach would be painful for the narcissist, because they would realize they are not getting what they want and are not offering what we truly need. They would see that they are not as important, valuable, or worthy as they believe, and that they are not contributing to our happiness, fulfillment, or completeness. How can we master the art of indifference? How can we remain steadfast, detached, and indifferent to things outside our control and that do not affect our happiness and well-being? Here are some Stoic tips and techniques to help. Use value categories to differentiate between what is important and what is not. Stoics divided things into 3 groups: the good, the bad, and the indifferent. Focus on pursuing what is good, avoiding what is bad, and being indifferent to what is indifferent. Apply the reserve clause to detach from the outcome, mentally adding phrases like, "if nothing prevents me," or "if fate allows," to your intentions. Practice negative visualization to appreciate what you have and control the desire for what you lack. By imagining scenarios where you lose something you possess or gain something you are missing, you will realize how fortunate you are, how you really need little, and how adaptable you are, cultivating gratitude, contentment, and happiness. The fourth and final way to challenge a narcissist using Stoicism is to practice acceptance. Acceptance is the ability to embrace reality as it is, without resistance, denial, or complaint. It is the opposite of resistance, which involves rejecting reality and resisting or denying it. Narcissists often struggle with resistance. They deny reality and try to mold it to their will. They refuse to accept themselves, others, or the world as they are, instead trying to change them or pretending they are different. They hide their flaws, mistakes, and failures, blaming them on others. They also distort, ignore, or reject the truth, facts, or evidence. But what if we don't join them in denial? What if we confront them with reality? What if we do not support their illusions but expose them? What if we do not resist reality, but accept it? For a narcissist, this acceptance would be torturous. They would realize they are living in a fantasy, out of touch with reality. They would understand they are not who they think they are or want to be. They would admit they are not living well and need to change. How can we practice acceptance? One way is through Stoic meditation, a mental exercise that helps us reflect on reality in an objective and rational way. This involves setting aside daily time to examine ourselves, our actions, and experiences, comparing them with our ideals, goals, and values. We acknowledge both our successes and failures, preparing ourselves for future challenges. Additionally, Stoic affirmations can reinforce our acceptance and help overcome resistance. These positive statements remind us of reality and how we can deal with it, cultivating a positive and realistic attitude. They help us face life's challenges with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Here are some Stoic affirmations. I accept reality as it is. I focus on what I can control and let go of what I cannot. I do not resist, deny, or complain. Instead, I embrace, understand, and act. I do not let external things disturb my peace of mind. I keep it within my own power. I do not depend on external things for my happiness and well-being, but on my own wisdom. I fear, desire, or regret nothing. I love and appreciate everything. For example, when dealing with a narcissist, we can use these Stoic affirmations to reinforce our acceptance and overcome resistance. We can tell ourselves, I accept the narcissist as they are. I focus on my own thoughts, judgments, and actions, and let go of theirs. I embrace, understand, and act instead of resisting, denying, or complaining. I maintain my peace of mind within my own control. I find happiness and well-being within myself, not depending on the narcissist. I approach everything with love and appreciation, free of fear, desire, or regret. We can also practice Stoic exercises to strengthen our acceptance and resilience. These exercises include practices like voluntary discomfort, self-denial, negative visualization, dramatization, journaling, and fasting. By engaging in these exercises, we expose ourselves to reality, test our reactions, train our adaptability, overcome limitations, and live with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Therefore, let's stay strong, Stoic, and continue to learn and grow. If you found this useful, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your feedback is valuable. In summary, Stoicism offers us powerful strategies for navigating interactions with narcissists, empowering us not only to cope, but also to grow and thrive. It is not just a philosophy, but a way of life, a path to living well and wisely. Thank you for watching, and remember to live well and live wisely.